You are born blind, deaf, and weighing barely more than a pound. The world is a dark, wet pocket of air, dug deep into a snowdrift on the edge of the Arctic ice. Your mother's body heat is the only thing between you and a death that waits just inches away in the -40-degree wind. This is the nursery. It is also a prison. For 2 months you will not leave this den. Your entire existence is a cycle of feeding and sleeping, your only proof of life a tiny mule in the absolute silence. Outside, the world you are built for is quietly vanishing. This is the paradox. You enter life as the very symbol of adorable resilience, a ball of white fluff. Yet that fluff is a biological lie. It is not armor, it is not a weapon. It is the flag of a species that evolved for a world of solid, endless white. A world that is now more liquid than solid. Your first breath is drawn not into a kingdom, but into a shrinking fortress. The ice beneath your birthplace is not eternal. It is a temporary platform thinning by the season. We begin here at this vulnerable start to trace a life defined by loss. This is not just the story of a bear, it is the anatomy of a trap. From this first fragile moment in the snow, every instinct you will ever develop is a set of instructions for a world that is ceasing to exist. Your white fur isn't just for show, it's a perfect cloak against the snow. But that same fur makes you a global symbol, an icon, a stuffed animal. This is the curse. The world sees a plush toy. They don't see the machinery underneath. Your black skin soaks up the weak Arctic sun. Your fur is hollow, trapping heat. Your paws are the size of dinner plates, spreading your weight on thin ice. Every part of you is engineered for a world of cold and isolation. But the perception is everything else. Your rounded ears, your seemingly clumsy walk on land, it all reads as non-threatening. Harmless, this disconnect is deadly. It softens the reality. It makes your struggle seem distant, almost fictional. How bad can it be for something so adorable? The cuteness masks the arithmetic. You are a hyper-specialized predator. You need seal blubber, a lot of it. A single successful hunt might net you 100 pounds of fat. That fuel has to last for days, sometimes weeks of failure. The energy equation is brutal. You walk for miles, you swim in freezing water. You wait for hours at a breathing hole, all for a few minutes of violent, necessary feeding. People see a cute creature struggling on melting ice. They feel pity. But they don't feel the immediacy of your biology. Your body is built for a world that is vanishing, and no amount of cuteness can change that equation. Your iconic appearance is a distraction from the ticking clock inside you. Your mother's ice den was your perfect nursery. It was solid, quiet, and hidden. But now, the world beneath your paws feels less like a floor and more like a raft. A raft that's shrinking. You learn to walk on this shifting surface. The ice groans and cracks under your weight, a sound you'll come to fear. What was once a stable hunting platform, a highway across the frozen sea, is now a treacherous puzzle. Wide leads of open water appear overnight. They cut you off from seal-breathing holes you memorized. They force you to swim for miles, burning precious energy your body can't afford to lose. This is the trap. Your entire existence is built on a substance that is vanishing. Your white coat is perfect camouflage, but only if there's white ice to blend into. Your powerful paws are designed to paddle, but not for days on end without rest. Your body is engineered to store immense fat from seals, but you can't catch seals if you can't reach them. The ice isn't just melting earlier in the spring, it's forming later in the fall. Your feeding season shrinks, your fasting season stretches. You are always racing a clock that ticks faster every year. Your home is literally turning to liquid beneath you, and you are built for the solid version of this world. You are an athlete whose track is dissolving mid-race. Every step forward becomes a calculation, a risk, a drain on your dwindling reserves. The very ground you stand on is betraying you. The ice beneath your paws isn't just your home. It's your dinner table, and it's vanishing. Your survival depends on a single, fatty, slippery prize. The ringed seal, but this isn't a hunt. It's a high-stakes gamble you play every single day. You learn to be silent, to still your breath, to wait for hours beside a seal's breathing hole in the ice. Your entire world shrinks to that dark circle of water. Your black nose is the only part of you that might give you away against the white. One twitch, one sound, and the seal vanishes. Your meal is gone. The energy you spent waiting is wasted, but the odds are worse now. The stable, thick ice where seals build their dens is rotting. It's thinner, it breaks up sooner. the seals have more holes to choose from, more escape routes. Your success rate plummets. A successful kill might fuel you for days. A failed one means you burn precious fat, swimming farther, growing weaker. You are not just hunting, you are slowly starving, one missed opportunity at a time. The sea is not generous, it is a slot machine, and you are running out of coins. You can be the most patient, powerful predator on the ice and still lose. Because here the house always wins, and the house is melting. You've just spent days on a single seal hunt, a desperate gamble on the ice. Success brings a fleeting fullness, failure brings gnawing emptiness. But either way, you return to the same stark reality: nothing, no one. You are alone, not just for a day, but for a lifetime. Your world is measured in thousands of square miles, and you are its only permanent resident. You might catch the distant scent of another bear on the wind, or see tracks older than a storm. But an actual companion, that's a threat or a fleeting, violent necessity. This solitude is written into your biology. Your mother's care was intense but brief. By age 2, you were pushed out, sent into the white expanse. That was the last gentle touch you will ever know. From then on, every other polar bear is competition for a shrinking pie of seals. To greet one is to risk your energy, your food, your life. So you learn to wear loneliness like a second fur. You swim for hours in a silent black sea. You nap on ice under a silent, endless sky. Your greatest triumphs, a fat seal, a safe den, have no witness. Your worst failures, a lost meal, a weakening paw, have no comfort. There is no shared warmth in a blizzard, no coordinated hunt, no warning growl from a sibling when danger approaches. You are a solitary satellite orbiting a dying world, sending no signals and receiving none. The ice doesn't care if you live, the ocean doesn't notice if you drown. And in all that immense, beautiful, brutal emptiness, there is no one to hear you. Not even the wind. Your solitude is not just a lonely present. It's a trap that reaches back through time, etched into your very cells. You are the product of a long, slow, and incredibly specialized evolution. Your DNA is a map drawn for a world of thick, endless ice and abundant seals. It is a perfect, precise set of instructions for an environment that is vanishing. This map has no alternate routes. Your body is built to conserve heat, not shed it. Your metabolism is tuned to gorge on fat, not to fast. Over hundreds of thousands of years, natural selection sculpted you into this magnificent white predator. It removed all the genetic options that weren't perfect for ice. Now that same process has left you with nowhere to go. You can't adapt quickly enough. Evolution works over generations, not decades. The ice is melting in a single polar bear lifetime. Your DNA holds no secret code for eating berries or hunting caribou on land. It only knows one way to survive. That deep, ancient knowledge is now a dead end. You are genetically a ghost already. You walk on ice that feels like a memory. Your instincts point you toward hunting grounds that are now open water. Your powerful body, a masterpiece of evolution, is becoming a museum piece. The map you were born with leads only to a cliff edge. And you are running out of land. The solitude was almost complete. But it's not absolute. A new scent cuts through the clean Arctic air. It's oil and metal and something unnervingly foreign. You hear it before you see it. A low, grinding hum that doesn't belong to any whale. A ship appears on the horizon, a stark, angular shadow against the ice. Its path cuts straight through your hunting grounds. The noise drives the seals deeper, making your already desperate lottery even harder to win. You must swim wider, burn more precious energy, just to find food that was once right under your paws. And on distant shores you've never walked, the lights of human settlements now glow through the long polar night. Their garbage dumps are a dangerous temptation. The smell of food waste pulls you inland, away from your ice. It's a trap. Eating plastic can block your gut. Consuming toxic chemicals poisons you slowly. Coming near a town risks a conflict you can't win. Even our good intentions cast a long shadow. Research teams drawn by your plight track you with drones. The buzzing whir sends your heart racing, triggering a stress response meant for predators. Every flight costs you calories you cannot spare. We study your decline even as we help cause it. Our shadow is everywhere, in the water, in the air, on the last untouched stretches of ice. There is no true refuge left, just islands of wilderness shrinking under the steady advance of our world. So your fate was sealed long before you took your first breath. Your genes, your body, your instincts, they're all a map to an ice age that's receding. And now you live inside the contradiction. You are a prisoner of a climate you had no hand in creating. The sentence isn't just the melting ice, it's the trap of your own perfection. You evolved for one specific world: white ice, dark water, fat seals. Every part of you is a specialized tool for that world. Now that world is changing. But you cannot change, not fast enough. Your thick fur becomes overheated insulation on land. Your massive paws, perfect for swimming, sink into soft tundra mud. You are a masterpiece of engineering, suddenly operating in the wrong factory. And the walls of your prison are not just physical, they're temporal. Your internal clock, tuned to the relentless rhythm of freeze and thaw, is now broken. The sea ice forms later, it breaks up earlier, your hunting season shrinks. Your fasting season stretches. You are always racing a clock that's constantly being sped up by forces 1,000 miles away. You feel the shift in the wind, the strange warmth in a current. But you cannot understand the geopolitics, the emissions, the distant engines that dictate the temperature of your world. You are serving a life sentence for a crime you didn't commit. The evidence is the water where ice should be. The verdict is the hollow feeling in your stomach. The executioner is a slow, invisible change in the very air you breathe. You pace the edges of your shrinking cell, looking for a way out that doesn't exist. The final threat is not a bang, but a whimper. You don't get a heroic last stand against a hunter's rifle. There is no final, dramatic battle for the last scrap of ice. Your extinction is quiet, it is administrative. It happens in spreadsheets and climate models long before your body gives out. You simply become too weak to hunt, the seals are too far apart. The swims between ice flows grow longer, each one burning precious calories you cannot replace. One season the ice doesn't form in your usual bay, you wander, you grow thinner. Your magnificent coat hangs loose, your muscles built for explosive power slowly consume themselves. You die alone, there is no audience, the ocean absorbs your heat. The current may nudge your body onto a remote shore, where scavengers will pick at the bones. Or you may simply sink, dissolving into the ecosystem that could no longer sustain you. No other bear mourns, the world does not notice your individual absence. This is the silent extinction, it's not a species vanishing in a single year. It's the slow, relentless erasure of possibility. It is the last female in a region, her potential cubs never conceived. It is a successful hunt that yields too little fat to survive the coming winter. It is the quiet subtraction of one life, then another, until one day the maps are updated. The range where polar bears lived is now just an empty blue space. The story ends not with a period but with a fading ellipsis. You swim. Your powerful forelegs pull against the water, stroke after stroke. Beneath you there is no white ice, only the deep, endless blue of the Arctic Ocean stretching to every horizon. Your memory holds the map, where the ice shelves used to be, where the seal breathing holes were guaranteed. That map is now useless. The water feels different, a degree warmer, a current slightly altered. Your body, an engine built for cold, begins to overheat with the effort. You are looking for a place to rest that does not exist. The ice you remember, the thick multi-year platform you were born on, is now just memory. It exists only in the pathways of your brain, a ghost superimposed over this empty sea. You dive hoping to spot the shadow of a seal, but the water is clear and barren. Your energy, burned relentlessly, finds no reward. You surface, breath rasping. The world is uniform blue meeting a pale sky. No landmarks, no refuge. You are a creature of edges, of ice meeting water, of solid meeting liquid. Now there is only liquid. You are adrift in the very element you mastered, and it has become a desert. The last ice memory fades with every mile you travel, leaving only the instinct to swim and the growing silence of the deep below.